Oh, Pearson gets into the 95 of Bolts. Here comes the caution.
Flag is dropped here at Daytona, and away we go for the first time. Nicholas Porcel, Sean.
It looks like most get through unscathed. Look at that, there's Reed Gibson. A big move at the inside line of Dom's, possibly a little bit of contact.
Now, as we've got three wide action going through turns 1 and 2.
And they're underway. Eric Hahn takes a nice jump. Wilson hasn't let him go very far.
Go out here for Circuit Spa Francorchamps. Alex Johnson's off to a brilliant start there.
See just how oddly shaped this one is. We saw in the background Eric Hahn go for a bit of a swing, and he's gone and he's over.
New stuff. Cody Graham's the one-on-one up into second place. Alex Johnson 6/10 the lead at the moment.
They're dicey up front. There's Andrew Kessel, Justin Sang.
They are ready to go. The lights are out, and away we go for the very first time here at Okayama International Circuit. Finley Fitzsimmons.
Welcome to the Tuesday night DRSCCA Sim Racing Series, brought to you by the Detroit Region Sports Car Club of America. With over 1,400 members, there is no shortage of knowledge, history, and trailblazing ideas like this Sim League. Thank you participants and spectators for being part of the augmentation and evolution of the region. The DRSCCA, of course, goes far beyond the virtual realm. In 2024, we are hosting more than 40 events over 60 days throughout the year that can get you behind the wheel or so close to it that it will blow your hair back. The gamut of behind the wheel events include road racing, road rally, rallycross, autocross, and a competition driving school. We also support the Detroit Grand Prix, Formula SAE, and Street Survival, which are all amazing opportunities to help sculpt future and professional drivers. Check out drscca.org for more information. Whitlam Group, your first choice for all of your labeling needs. Whitlam Group provides a variety of labeling solutions, including packaging, promotional, engineering, brand security, print on demand, and custom solutions. Located in Centerline, Michigan, Whitlam has a heart as big as their labeling options. They give back to their community by supporting the Children's Hospital of Michigan, Adopt a Child Project, Sweet Dreams Projects, COTS Detroit, Animal Welfare Society, and much more. Visit whitlam.com for details. Superlap. Located on the world-renowned Woodward Avenue in Berkeley, Michigan, Superlap is a sim drive studio, a space to meet and compete. With professional-grade racing simulators, they are a premier racing and drive experience venue. They will help you achieve your motorsports goal with education, practice, and training. You can race and practice against an AI roster, go head-to-head with other humans, or both. They also offer league play like this DRSCCA league. Maybe you're familiar with Formula One, the world's most popular racing series? Many F1 drivers, including the reigning world champion, are proponents of sim racing and training. If Max Verstappen uses sim, shouldn't you? Go to superlap.world for details. Waterford Hills Road Racing, Metro Detroit's only permanent sanctioned road course. Waterford Hills, located in Clarkston, Michigan, hosts a 6-weekend race series, competition driving school, and 9 public open track days. Track is hot from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on these event days and is open to the public. A $5 entry fee is all it takes to get you close to the action. Check out waterfordhills.com for more details. Thank you to the Michigan Turn Marshals for their support as well. If you want to get close to the action, be sure to check out MichiganTurnMarshals.org. They can train you to support races like the Detroit Grand Prix. And finally, a special thanks to all volunteers in the Detroit region and Waterford Hills. Without them, none of this would be possible. Welcome to the Tuesday night Detroit SCCA Spring Sim Series. Tonight we are at Mid-Ohio out of Lexington, Ohio. World renowned. Going to be a great race tonight, racing the Ray 1600.
You're good.
I believe the qualifying has just wrapped up, and we will get to the starting order here in a minute. But tonight, we are joined by the Alex Delatorre. In just 1 second. Hey, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Alex, the regional executive for the Detroit Region SCCA chapter. How's it going tonight?
It's going pretty well here at home. Hoping to get on the men here soon, as I'm having some cervical issues, but let's not just stop the fun in the Detroit motorsports community because of me.
Definitely not.
Really excited to have kicked off this the third season here with the Sim Series. Definitely not only picking up steam, but proving to be a fantastic litmus test to bridge the gap between real life racing and sim racing. As some of you may know, we actually had 3 sim racers join us at the real life competition driving school less than a month ago, and they graduated successfully. So now they have their novice permits, working on their full competition license. So this is a dream come true for a lot of them, and it could be for you too. So waterfordhills.com, DRSCCA.org. Don't be a stranger. Reach out, ask questions. We're bridging that gap. Along those same lines of Waterford Hills and DRSCCA, I wanted to share that this weekend at Waterford Hills, Saturday and Sunday, is the Jerry Shiloff Memorial race. And this is our largest race weekend of the year. Currently, we have over 110 drivers registered. We will be topping over 120. Most groups are averaging well over 20 cars on track, and that on a 1.5 mile road course is going to make for some great wheel-to-wheel racing. So make sure you come out. It's only $5 general admission. Waterford Hills Road Racing is in Clarkston, Michigan. And we also have a special race on Saturday. Our feature race is the Spec Miata Invitational, which we're calling it the kaleidoscope of Miatas. That's going to be a 15-lap race. So, the Miatas are always going to be duking things out.
Definitely. Alex,
not to fault. Go ahead.
Real quick, something I'm not sure a lot of people know is the parade laps at Waterford Hills. Could you expand on that maybe for a second?
That's a great question. Waterford Hills is one of the few tracks in the country that will allow you to drive your own vehicle, whether it's a minivan or it's a sports car or it's mom's station wagon. During worker breaks, announcements will be made if the course will be open for you to go out there. And again, they're parade laps, so there is a speed limit, no helmets, but seatbelts on, no squealing tires. There is a pace car out there making sure everybody's behaving. But, a minimum of a $5 donation gets you to check out what a 1.5 mile, 13 turn, hairpin, really great elevation change road course actually looks like and feels like. It's a perspective like none other. It's tighter than any backcountry road you've ever been on. So make sure you got a 5-spot, 10-spot, 20-spot in your pocket. Waterford Hills is not for profit, so it all goes for keeping things going like we've been doing since 1958. One other great event that we've got going on this weekend at the Detroit region is the autocross. The event we kick off this year's event at boy, help me out here, Nick. You probably know the date and the location better than I do.
Yeah, the Livonia Public Safety Training Course.
Fantastic. And is that Saturday or Sunday?
That is on Sunday. However, I believe we have reached capacity with that event. So, if you're interested, make sure to hop on that wait list. However, yeah, we're looking like a pretty full event. It's going to be a great time. Even if you're not able to drive, definitely come out. We're going to have a food truck out there, and you know, absolutely open to giving ride-alongs. It's going to be a great day out there in Livonia.
Yes, and I've got it. Yeah, May 26th. Come out and spectate. Even if you're not driving, you know the way that a lot of the road racers started and track day people is autocross, otherwise known as solo. It's a great and safe way to learn the limits of your vehicle, to feel the weight transfer and the vehicle dynamics, and it's a very controlled environment. Worst thing you're going to hit most likely is going to be a cone, and it's also very affordable. Detroit region keeps the pricing about $60 per entry, so there's no excuse for you not to spectate or participate in motorsports this weekend, whether it be a parade lap, a hot lap in autocross if spaces open up, or as a spectator at Waterford Hills.
Absolutely. Going to be a great weekend. Weather is looking great as well. I'll be out there in Livonia. I think I'm going to be driving a buddy's BMW, so that's pretty exciting. Lots of great competition, and the Porque Queso food truck is going to be out there, so great eats.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Hopefully I'll make it out there myself. I won't be racing in either one of them, but just so happy that the Metro Detroit's motorsports community is so active. Tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family members, tell your neighbors. Spread the word. This is the next best thing to Christ. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Appreciate the moment to speak, and let me know if you got any other questions.
Yeah, Alex, I guess, quick comment on the season. The switch over to the Race 1600, I think 2 seasons in the SRF saw some great racing, and I'm a big fan of open wheel myself, and I guess, do you have any comments on the switch over?
Yeah, absolutely. I always like to be the guy in the background making some of these decisions, and it was important to keep things fresh. What makes a phenomenal driver is driving different cars. We don't want people getting too used to one car or another. If you guys have noticed, we have not moved into any big bore, high powered vehicles just yet. The old adage that it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than it is to drive a fast car slow very much plays into this. This is not just about participation, but we're very much about education as well. And if you can go fast in a Formula, Ford 1600, you're going to be able to go fast in a Formula Atlantic. We might move up to one of those or one of the Indy cars soon enough as we continue to develop these drivers.
Absolutely, and there's no replacement for the seat time and getting used to the dynamics, and like you say, trying to hustle a Miata or a Race 1600 around a track, may seem easy at first, but to really eke out those last tenths of a second takes a lot of practice and a lot of training, and it bleeds over very well to the faster cars.
Absolutely, and that's exactly part of the methodology why we're doing it that way. We've been poking and teasing the American Sedan guys, trying to get them to come out and run with us as well. This is a grassroots approach to, just finding another way to get people involved in this, and little by little. And by the way, if you don't have a sim at home, I know we've been pitching Super Lap a little bit. Drive on over to Berkeley, Michigan, and check out Super Lap. Great place to start. Test out a simulator there. and see if you like it. Go home, make your own investment, or keep going there. They're great coaches. It's a great system. I'm sure there's couple of people racing there tonight, from there
Definitely.
tonight as well.
Yeah, big shout out to Superlap. They are a great sponsor. Well, Alex, I think the warm-up is over and the cars are gridding up, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the starting positions, and we'll get this race underway.
Let's do it. Thanks to you, Nick. Thanks to Russell. Thanks to the entire team, Michael and Richard that put this thing together. Much appreciate you guys. Best of luck, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alex.
Bye.
Right, Alex Delatorre, the regional executive. For him coming on real quick, we'll go through the starting order here. Looking like we have 16 cars gridded up. I think we'll get through the top 12 here before the race starts. Qualifying on pole, Elliot Budzinski. Qualifying in second, Russell Soto. P3, Ryan Carwile. P4, Ari Ryder. P5, David Bauer. P6, Vaughn Mishko. P7, Ryan Goff. And away we go at Mid-Ohio. Elliott jumping right into the lead, not messing around at all. Ryan Carwile looks like he also got the jump on Mr. Soto as they head down to the keyhole. Lots of shuffling around and back. Everything looking pretty clean so far. Russell in third with Ari Ryder on his inside. Ari with a run down, couldn't quite get it. Oh, Russell moving to the inside. Looking at making a move on Ryan Carwile. Soto makes it happen. We have somebody off the track. Ryan Goff off track. Ryan Goff falls down to 13th place. Very unfortunate for him. Let's see what happened there. Oh, came in a little bit too hot. Not quite enough brakes. Rejoins safely. Back to Russell and Ryan trying to get back with Elliott. Elliott already with 8/10 on the 2. Russell in second, Ryan in third, Vaughn in fourth. Vaughn up 2 places already. Ari Ryder in 5th, down 1 spot. David Bauer in 6th. Sean Fritz in 7th. Michael Schmidt in 18th. And I'm seeing Andrew Mowed falling down the order here. Down to 15th place. Let's take a look at what happened to Andrew. Going into corner 1 here. Oh, did he get tipped? Oh, it looks like he got tipped. Small amount of contact, but in corner 1, when everything's loaded up like that, it'll put you out into the grass. Andrew back in 15th, but the car looks undamaged. Let's see what kind of ground he can make up. Russell continuing to hold off Ryan, not letting Elliott get away either. And Andrew Gross down a lap already. What happened there? As the top 3 keeps rolling. Vaughn and Ari back in 4th and 5th, right on top of each other. Ari only a quarter of a second behind Vaughn. Looks like Russell has closed the gap a touch, a couple tenths here, as they cross that start-finish line to start lap 3. I'm showing lots of crashes over here. Trenton McMillian. Like something happened to Trenton here. Coming into the carousel in the back. Did he come in a little bit too hot? Came in a little bit too hot. Lost the rear. Doing a good job of waiting for everybody to get by him, not cause another accident as he rejoins. Unfortunate for Trenton. Vaughn defending the inside. Ari around the outside. Does he have it? Oh, and then the inside going through China Beach. Vaughn trying to stick his nose in there. Some great racing. In the back, David Bauer defending. Sean, David, and Michael in their battle. Stephen Kahn trying to catch up to Ryan. Ryan, last week's podium finisher here in the race 1600 at the Noma race. Back to the front. Russell closing that gap down to 3/10. Walking away from Carlisle a little bit. I'm not sure if Carlisle realized that this is a game of chess here in the beginning, and him and Soto working together can have more of an effect at them fighting in this beginning portion of the race here. Down to a quarter of a second. Those tenths ticking off. I haven't had a chance yet to talk to the drivers about the draft effect here in these rays, but Russell absolutely screaming out of the keyhole down the back straight. Now within 2/10. Elliott. Also seeing Andrew back on the lead lap. That is good to see. Fritz went off track. Let's take a look at that. Sean in his battle with David. Oh, little off. Good save. Good save from Sean. Looks like he's built up a little bit of a lead over the David Bauer, Michael Schmidt pack. Ryan Carlisle setting the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1:29.4. Great lap from Ryan. Not sure how much of that is due to draft or Elliott defending a little bit to Russell. Ryan is keeping his eye on that podium, on that top spot. Off, defending against Mike Knutson. Apologies, attacking Stephen Kahn. Gets by on the straight as they head into China Beach. Is Stephen gonna... Nope. Stephen tucks in behind Ryan. Oh, and we have another car off. David Bauer. David in his battle. Oh, went into China Beach. Too hot. Got that rear kicked around on him. The LP Force India livery there. Off. Ryan down one spot from his original start. And speaking of Sean and his battle, showing Sean Fritz up 6 places here. Oh, looks like Elliott took back that fastest time of the race, 1:29.3. Russell right on his tail, and Ryan right on his. Great front pack action here at Mid-Ohio. Del Soto thinking about diving for the inside, biding his time. Knows he's probably going to get one opportunity before the mayhem unfolds, and he's trying to control this race. Elliott staying pretty cool with Soto and his mirrors there. Ryan tagging along, ready to pounce on any mistake. Oh, and David jumped to pits. David Bauer, I'm thinking, went off track again. This time maybe with some damage. Spins around, tries to save it. Oh. Spins out and jumps to the pits. I wonder if there was some damage in one of those slides that we didn't originally see. Back to some mid-pack action here. Ryan Goff defending against Stephen Kahn and Mike Knudsen. Ryan in the DeWalt-themed Ray tonight. Oh, we're showing another stop. I didn't get a chance to talk with the drivers ahead of this one, but I believe we're seeing the same thing we were seeing at Sonoma, the Ray, with a very small fuel tank, not able to complete the 30-minute race without a fueling stop. I think we're looking at a couple drivers trying to do the undercut here. Get in, get the 7 laps of racing out of the way, get some fuel, and then finish off that race strong. Ryan built up a little bit of a gap here, an extra couple tenths. I think he's got great speed coming back into Thunder Valley. Great racing here. Ari right on top, right in front of Von Mishko. Vaughn, our leader of the race in Sonoma last week for quite a while, until he had an unfortunate pit stop. Hopefully we don't see that again this week from Vaughn. Definitely a top contender out here in the race 1600. 11 minutes into the race, 1/3 of the race complete. Showing 3 drivers in the back having taken their pit stops: Andrew Gross, William Lindner, and David Bauer. Keep an eye on these drivers as they head into the pits. When Andrew Gross crashed, Gross is up in 14th. Look at replay. This is just the entry hits. Software is struggling. Oh! That is indeed a spin, a small one in the carousel. Gets back going down the main straight right away, no problem. David, a longtime driver of the SRF and the Miata. I think Andrew's still trying to get used to the race 1600 here. Definitely have to drive this thing a lot differently. Have to brake differently. It's a whole different monster to the SRF, but a great introduction into the open wheel aspect. Back to the front, showing very tight between the top 3. The 7 tenths from Ryan up to Elliott. Elliott maintaining his cool there. Showing Soto with a pretty decent run. Elliott trying to defend the inside. Trying to squeeze Soto. Oh, they touch! Little bit of contact there. Soto on the... Oh! Soto on the inside. Oh! Elliott takes out Soto! Oh my God! Let's see that from the angle of my software is struggling here. See this again. Jump to a... Oh, let's rewind that. Oh! Elliott came across into Soto. Both of them falling way back. Elliott down in 5th. Russell down in 9th. Checking in on Russell. He must be Russell heading into the pits here. Hopefully the damage to his car isn't too bad. You know, normally if you have to pit, that's the end of the race, but maybe some repairs can be completed along with the fuel needed to finish the race. Let's jump back up to the leader of our race now, Ryan Carwile. What did I say about Ryan? Great racer, great pace, knows to keep his nose a little bit clean until the end of the race, try to take advantage of any drama, and boy has he. With that crash going into China Beach, Ryan Carwile with a 5-second lead over Ari Ritter. Man, oh man. The stewards are going to have something to say about that at the end of this race. Ooh. Carwile, your leader, up 2 spots. Back to Sean Fritz. Sean up 8 places in this race so far. Great racing from Sean. Again, keeping his nose clean, hitting those marks, keeping the braking consistent, churning out laps. 8 places. Ryan off in the distance there as Sean chases Vaughn and Ari. Behind them, a little bit of action from Mike Knudsen, Michael Schmidt, and Chad Guidell. Shout out to Chad for hopping on the interview before our race last week. Noma. Watching Chad's progress throughout the year, and he is chasing down Michael Schmidt right now. 2 tenths behind Michael. Is he thinking about making a pass, or is he going to bide his time? Keeping it clean here. Group doing a good job nose to tail as they head into China Beach. Sean starting to get a little bit of pressure from Elliott. Elliott making up a couple places already. Seeing Russell is also back out on track. Curious to see what Russell's next lap time is. His current one is affected by that pit stop. Hoping to not see his lap times down too low due to any damage in the crash. Elliott putting his nose in there on Sean. Elliott not wasting any time trying to make up those spots to get back into the podium spots. Elliott makes the pass on Sean going into Keyhole. Elliott up to 4th place. Oh, I'm showing some drama from Ryan Carwile here. Showing an off track. Let's see. Into China Beach. This is a spot that seems to be catching a lot of these drivers out. And as Ryan went off, Ari passed him in China Beach. I believe Vaughn got through as well. Ari, your new leader in the Tuesday night DRSCCA Sim Racing Series. Ari being chased by Vaughn. Move up to the front here. Vaughn being chased by Ryan. Ryan being chased by Elliott. We are going to see some very interesting action here as we make our way past the halfway point of this race. 12 minutes left in this race. Already so much action. Can Elliott make it back into the trophy spots? Can he get past Ryan? Can Ari hold off Vaughn? See what happens. Michael Schmidt only a half a sec ahead of Trenton. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Trenton McMillan coming up on him. 8. Sure, Trenton has enough speed. Make an overtake happen. It looks like he's thinking about sticking his nose on the inside. Thinks better of it. Tucks his nose in, and he will continue chasing Mike. Back to the front here. Ari with a much bigger lead on Vaughn than I remember previously. Looking through my software here, Vaughn making any huge mistakes, but Vaughn has fallen back into the clutches of Ryan and Elliott. Ryan very close to Vaughn's bumper. Turn 1 is not the place to make something happen, but if he gets a good run as they head up into the keyhole, a little dive bomb action on the inside is very likely to see an overtake occur. Ryan hitting that double apex. Oh, Ryan with a good run. Ari. Ryan Carwile looking to take the lead. Take second place from Vaughn here. Elliott also running down the inside. Elliott, don't take out. Oh, God. It's so close. Vaughn back on the inside. Elliott holding on there. Now Elliott on the inside as they head into the S's. Vaughn keeping his nose up in there. Great racing. Ryan holding down second place there. Elliott back up into the trophy positions. Vaughn not ready to give up though. Then shortly behind them, Sean Fritz looking to take advantage of any opportunities that he can. Meanwhile in front, Ari gaining a couple tenths while these guys fight it out. Ari up 5.5 seconds now. Oh, as Ryan and Vaughn head into the pits. Elliott now up into second place. Sean in third. Neither of them have pit yet, though. Vaughn and Ryan thinking the same thing. Also showing Trenton McMillan heading into the pits. Remember, racers, you only want to replace tires, or you only want to get a little bit of gas. You want to keep these pits as short as possible. Vaughn heading back on a track. Looks like he remembered his mistake from Sonoma last week, and he is back in the action. Ryan slotting back out into 8th place here. Vaughn in 9th ahead of 10th place Chad Guidel. Chad has already pitted. I am showing 7 drivers. 7 drivers who haven't pitted yet. First place through 7th place here. Mike. And all that track through China Beach here. Back up in front. Ari up 3 places holding down the lead. Elliott 4.6 seconds behind first place. But again, neither of these guys have pitted. Sean only 2.5 seconds behind Elliott. And Ari dips into the pit lane, making Elliott your race leader once again. John also into the pit lane, as well as Ryan Goff. Only 7 minutes left in the race. Looking like we're seeing the majority of the pit stops happen. Michael Schmidt and Mike Knudsen, your second and third drivers to not have pitted yet, sitting in the podium places here. And lots of shuffling in the order as those who have pitted go around those who have not yet. Ryan Goff and Stephen Kahn finishing up their pit stops and heading back out onto track. Mike Knudsen racing with Michael Schmidt. I think these two are going to need to pit soon, or they run the risk of running out of fuel. Something no driver wants to see. Ari in 4th. Very good chance that Ari Ryder is going to remain your race leader when the front 3 positions pit. Keep an eye on the timing tower there. Elliott, Michael Schmidt, and Michael Newton getting close to their pit in there. Yep, there it goes. Elliott. Here. As he heads into the carousel, will he pit? No. Mike Newton does pit. Michael Schmidt, now your race leader, as these pit stops are almost wrapped up. I am showing Chad Guidell also not having pitted yet. I don't believe he had any issues last week at Sonoma, so hopefully we're not going to see a no fuel situation from Chad. Chad up in 7th right now. Michael and Chad, your last folks did not have pitted. Keep an eye on Ari here. Ari maintaining a almost 4-second lead over Ryan Carwile. Soon to be your 1st and 2nd place drivers. Elliot Budzinski going to be in 3rd place once Michael Schmidt hits the hits. On Mishko. Chad Guidell, Sean Fritz, Russell Soto down in 8th. Russell Soto turning out good laps though. I'm showing 129.8 out of Russell, which actually for your last lap runs, I'm not saying it's the fastest lap of the race, but everybody's last lap, Russell Soto does have the fastest last lap with a 129.8. He is glued to Sean Fritz's bumper as they head into the carousel. How hard is Sean going to fight the juggernaut that is Russell Soto? As we see Michael Schmidt head into the pits, and I believe Chad Guidell as well. That is all of your racers into the pits as Russell Soto makes the pass on Sean Fritz going into 1. Russell not wasting any time. Russell up to 5th place. He is 4.1 seconds behind Vaughn with only 3.5 minutes left of racing tonight at Mid-Ohio. Then our podium position, Ryan Carwile. I'm showing a 7-second gap from Russell to Ryan. Russell's done a lot before. This might be a lot, especially with Vaughn and Ryan in front of him. And Sean Fritz is not giving up quite yet on that 5th place spot. Going Elliott with Ryan Carwile in hot pursuit. They head into Thunder Valley. Michael Schmidt has crashed, according to my software here. Let's take a look. Oh, not China Beach again. Don't do it, Mike. Don't. Okay. That's okay. Oh! Loses the rear. Racers, always remember to jump on your brakes when you spin. Don't be the guy that rolls into traffic. Michael Schmidt, not quite used to his new tires, or didn't take tires during his pit, and the old tires caught him out. Unfortunate for Michael Schmidt, down in 12th place right now. Elliott has passed Ryan Carwile. Ryan only a 1/4 second behind him. Both drivers 3.3 seconds behind Ari Ryder. A little over 1.5 minutes left in this race. Russell Soto catching up to Vaughn under 3 seconds. And down in the back, Chad taking the fight to Michael Schmidt. All sorts of good racing here at Mid-Ohio in the race 600. Soto absolutely chipping it into Thunder Valley. A little bit of neutral steer. Definitely a complicated section as you press this right-hander and you're hitting the braking zone, and then you got to go over a blind hill leading onto a straight. Great section. Mid-Ohio, great track. Oh, no! And Russell Soto spins! Pushing a little bit too hard in the carousel. Russell loses the rear, pushing him back down into 7th place. Not a race for Russell Soto to remember, unfortunately. 30 seconds left. I believe that this will be the white flag lap, and then Ari will kick us off on the final lap. Either that or it will be the checkered. Ryan thinking about sticking his nose in there, trying to make Elliott do a little bit of defending, lose a little bit of time. Get a little easier for Ryan to get around him. Both drivers making a small gain on Ari, down about a half a second closer to head through Thunder Valley. Ryan Goff passing Sean Fritz. Late race pass from Ryan up 2 positions. Showing the checkered flag here as Elliott maintains his 2nd place against Ryan Carwile.
Thanks, everybody.
On the next to cross the line. Take a look back here. Mike Knutson defending against Trenton McMillian as they head into the carousel. Mike looking like he's going to hold off Trenton as they come out of the last corner onto the straight. Oh my, what a race.
Good race, Mike.
A race.
Nicely done, Chad.
Ari Ryder, Elliott Budzinski, and Ryan Carwile, your podium finishers here at Mid-Ohio. Drama as Elliott passes Russell. I don't want to be premature. I don't know if Elliott has a penalty coming his way. As of right now, Elliott is going to be in our announcer's booth to comment on his 2nd place. But, yeah, Russell Soto down in 6th. Definitely an unfortunate day for him. Stephen Kahn up 7 places in the race. Sean Fritz gained 2. Definitely some great racing from a lot of good drivers today. Pull up our results here. Let me get some drivers heading into the commentator booth. Right, taking a look for Elliott. I'm not sure that he is in the voice chat for this race, but we can go ahead and pull our 3rd place finisher, Ryan Carwile, in the booth today. Ryan, how's it going?
I mean, I'll take a 3rd place, but self-spinning like that, that's a little humiliating, especially when you have a 4-second lead.
Ryan, it was a little tough to watch for sure. I've always enjoyed watching you racing, and definitely watching you get to take advantage of the unfortunate situation with Elliott and Russell was exciting. But you know what? A spin like that, that's how you learn, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these cars are really tough to drive. I feel like they really like to rotate, which makes them really fun. But you can easily get them to over rotate like I did, and it's really hard to save at that point.
Definitely. It is a whole different monster to the SRF. A good challenge, but yeah, definitely a whole different monster. I guess, Ryan, talk me through that beginning of the race there as you were... It seemed like in the beginning you were fighting with Russell a touch and Elliott started to get away, and what was happening at that point?
Yeah, I mean, once I made the mistake and Russell got alongside me, at that point, yeah, I didn't want Elliott to get away. He's really fast, so if he was able to get away from the draft, I think we might have been, you know, wouldn't have been able to get up to the lead. So at that point, I was pretty much just kind of sitting there because I don't even know if I could have passed them without them going back and forth. But yeah, once they got together, I was like, yeah.
No, for sure, and I think it's one of your strengths as a driver that you have that patience and keep yourself out of trouble, and stuff happens, and when it does, I think you've very good for your races.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of times there is time to be more aggressive, but when you're in
Right.
a third place car and your draft locked together, it's like we're more likely to lose the leader than you are to get any do any good until the later laps. So
Definitely, it's a big game of chess, and sir, you are I'm going to call you a master at it. Well, Ryan, congrats on the third place. And is there anybody you want to shout out for your success tonight?
yeah, I'll shout out my parents. They got me into racing and support me a lot. So
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Carwile. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
thanks.
Well, thank you, Ryan. Have a great night. Right, that was Ryan Carwile. And here with our second place finisher tonight, Elliott Budzinski. Elliott, am I saying that right?
Budzinski, close enough.
Good. Just want to make sure. I haven't had the pleasure of chatting with you yet, so make sure I get that right from the jump. Elliott, second place, fighting with Soto there, fighting with Ryan. That was a heck of a race. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I kind of thought if I was able to pull maybe enough away from the toe that I'd have a clean race, and it didn't really turn out that way. But yeah, I don't know. It unfortunately, I think at least from my end, it looked like a bit of netcode between me and Russell. Like, at least from my screen, there was probably a good 2 feet of space between the two of us. But yeah, just a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Fun to move back through the field though, and top it off with the podium. So
yes,
yeah.
you definitely you worked your way through well, and yeah, definitely showing your racecraft there. What was did you have a pit stop strategy, or kind of were you looking at the relatives around you, or how did you decide on when to pit?
Yeah, honestly, I had no idea I was supposed to pit until about 5 laps to go, or 3 laps before my pit stop. So I kind of almost put it in the pit wall on the entry, and was just trying to see what people around me were doing. So no, there was no premeditated strategy to that. It was just kind of hope for the best.
I don't think you were alone in that. It definitely looked like a couple drivers were like, "Oh crap, I got to pit," and they came in a little late. So definitely, I guess, what is your opinion on the pit stops on this? I think it was an unintended characteristic of these races, but what's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I mean, look, so I raced these cars last year over in Europe, and I like the format that they did, which is maybe a bit shorter of a race. Like, it's more of a sprint race, and it's not in that middle zone. Because I think having a pit stop in a Formula Ford is a bit silly, but that being said, it definitely adds a different thing into the mix, and adds a different challenge for us to kind of work around. So I don't know. I think you could look at it both ways, but for me, I think just a 20-minute sprint race and would be quite nice in these. But
I think, yeah, it would. I'll definitely have to continue chatting with people about that. I think it makes for good viewing for the folks watching the stream. But you're right; it's definitely a little. It might be a little bit much for a sprint race.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, it's it's one of those things that you can look at it both ways. So
Absolutely.
personally, I'd rather do just a sprint race, but I think either or is good.
Absolutely. All right, Elliot. I guess anybody that you want to shout out for your success tonight?
Yeah, just all the people watching and you guys, the DRSCCA, for putting everything on, putting the stream on. So yeah, just a fun Tuesday night.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Elliot, and have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you.
And that leaves us with our winner for the evening, Ari Ryder. Ari, welcome back to the commentator booth. How does it feel to be the finisher in that chaotic race?
Hey Nick, it's good to be here. It feels great. Been a while since I've had a win in this the sim league here. Yeah, definitely a chaotic one. I will say that.
Absolutely. I know there in the middle you were fighting with Vaughn, I believe, and Elliot, Ryan, and Russell were having their battle in front. Were you able to see much of what happened there, or how did how did that go?
No, I actually didn't get to see much of it. Fighting with Vaughn, it kept me up for a while, and I think I lost about 4 seconds. I heard it was a netcode thing, so that's unfortunate.
Oh, definitely hoping it was a netcode. It looked a little tight from my perspective. I might have to go back through and watch the replay a couple more times, but I believe our stewards will probably be taking a look at that, and anything. I guess we'll see if anything comes of it. But regardless, great win from you tonight. How are you feeling in the Ray 1600 versus your success back in F?
So I'm definitely still feeling like a bit of a fish out of water. I mean, you could tell by the end, I didn't really have the pace of Elliot or Russell. But I guess just consistency. I put in a lot of practice time with this thing so far, and I feel like it's paid off. It's definitely a hard car to master for sure.
Absolutely. I've definitely heard that comment a couple times. I think the switch to open wheel and the difference in how you break these things and dynamics of them it is a huge change. And I definitely see it as a positive, and I think a lot of drivers are relishing the opportunity aspect.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. This is my first real foray into an open wheel car, and I have to say it's a valuable experience. I hope I can translate it to real life someday.
Yeah.
This thing seemed like a blast to drive.
Yeah, same here for sure. Well, Ari, before you go, is there anybody that you want to shout out for your success tonight?
I'd just like to thank everyone who keeps me going in the real life. My dad, my brother, anyone else who might be watching, keeping me encouraged. Just all my real life sponsors. I don't want to name them, big deal. But yeah, just Team Goon Squad, everyone at DRSCCA who keeps the league alive, and just all the guys who I race with for providing good camaraderie and making it a fun time.
Congratulations, Ari. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Nick.
All right, that is a wrap on the Tuesday night Detroit SCCA Spring Sim Series at Mid-Ohio in the Race 1600. Your podium, Ari Ryder, Elliot Budzinski, Ryan Carwile. Some great racing tonight, and we will be back Thursday night with the Miatas, and we'll be back next week for more action in the Race 1600. Everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you next time.